Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 13th of May 2022 after a really good week. Pushed on a lot, as you can probably see down in here with the F15, so that's really coming to the end now. So we've just got to arm it, we've got crew to get in, but we'll have a look at that a little bit later on. We've got a kit review up with you this week as well, something about some of the classics. I've got a box full of kits down here thanks to Mikey who sent me over, and I've even got a new cutting mat because you might remember last week I managed to tip a ton of extra thin all over my mat, and as people have pointed out, your mat's filthy, so when you see the review you'll see that I've got a nice new shiny cutting mat to go with that one. Anyway, as you can see, it all started on Monday. We had part 6 of the F15E Strike Eagle build, and really it was all about paint. So we were going in, we took out a couple of centre seams out of some glass. We had a few little issues to take care of, so we just used a little bit of filler. You know, after primer, that's the whole point to it. You can go along and see anything that's going on. As you can see, we were putting in some raised details back into some panels on the actual fuel tanks, so going those in. We do have centre seams on these, but I have to say they do polish out absolutely beautifully. They're not all the way through like other manufacturers, just a very light seam on the surface, so we show about polishing and getting rid of those. There you go, you'd see that one. And then it was into paint, so we use Real Colours paint on this one, gunchip grey, FS36118, and gave it a really good solid coat right the way over it going through. But as always, it still shows up the odd problem, so I say I'm pointing out down in here we need to take care of that before we move on. And then it was a case of coming in with a little bit of post shading, because obviously, let's face it, gunchip grey isn't the most exciting colour. It's just very dark grey. So what we've done is we post shaded it with a little bit of lightened panels going through this one right the way through. So as you can see, you've got that nice, what I call textured paint effect. So not only is it slightly lighter, it's slightly more glossy as well. So you sort of catch it in the lighting. As you know, I like to do this thing with lighting effects and things like that. So that's what we did with it. And we finished off by doing all the metalwork. So we went through, we used AK Real Colours on this one. And you can't really see it, but we used stainless steel because that's got a nice bluey hue to it. And then we did a couple of other colours, titanium and things like that, to put the browns into it and some of the other ones. And again, post, what we'll do is we'll come along during the weathering phase and add a little bit more to that as well. And that basically finished it off going right the way through. So again, it's an absolutely fantastic build. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's an amazing kit, but it's amazing how many cock-ups I've made on this, which is totally my own fault. I can't fault anything with this one. Going through, so it has been absolutely fantastic, and again it's making its way very nicely. Tuesday it was me and Matt. So as you can see down in here, it's the Me and Matt blog show. So again, just over an hour. We try and keep them to about an hour going through, and it's just literally a chat show, really, where we just talk about all things modelling related most of the time. And again, we were talking about Esky. So you see, Matt's got his catalogues from back in the day, and we were basically talking about how, you know, cutting edge these companies were and how well they were doing. And you know, producing really nice kits. And then unfortunately, for one reason or another, it seems a bit like when we did the monogram show, it literally got to the point where you're like, right, okay, Matt's slightly stuck there, let's just move forward, there we go. And then obviously they brought out great kits, tons of them in abundance, but again, the world sort of changed in the 80s with the advent of digital computers and such like. And it really sort of took the kids away, I think, from the hobby. The adults all stayed with it, but obviously, you know, they needed a little bit more. And unfortunately, they folded into other companies. And then lo and behold, it was the demise, really, of Esky as its own company. And obviously, we talk about the brief history of it, where they sort of went in with Ertl and then obviously with Italeri and things like that. But like we said before, and it's the same we were talking about with Monogram, their kits still live on. Italeri still rebooks a lot of their kits, and they're not bad at all. You know, we're looking at those there. I was thinking about the Viking. The Viking is an absolutely fantastic kit and can be made into something really special with a little bit of aftermarket as well. And again, that's what we're trying to discover or talk about really on these shows, is the classics and how well they were doing. You know, these companies were actually cutting edge at the time. It's very easy now to look back at it sort of 20-30 years ago and think, oh well, they weren't that good. No, they were absolutely on it. And if they continued, what would they be like today? And it's unfortunately we've lost a couple of the manufacturers through amalgamations and things like that, but also we've lost them outright when they were producing cutting edge details. So if they had been here 20-30 years later, amazing what kits they could have produced. Anyway, that was with you on Tuesday, and again next Tuesday you've got me doing my vlog show, and obviously there'll be an evening show on Thursday instead. Then on Wednesday it was the PM show, so it's all things from PM Models, the latest releases, talking about all the bits and pieces there. That is a free to watch as well, so non-members can watch that one. That was up in there, so you want to see all the comings and goings and all the pre-orders and deals and offers that are going on with the PM store. You can catch up with those right there, and obviously we're talking about our new lines that we'll be stocking and things like that. Also up on Wednesday I did the actual review for the MD500. It is one of my favourite helicopters, and I've got another one here actually, and it's a really nice kit. It's quite simple, it's classic Dragon. You don't get a crew with it, which is the only thing that would have been really nice with this one, but you could easily pop down the aftermarket route, and it is on offer as well at the PM store at the moment. We're doing a discount on these kits as well. Grab them whilst you can, because you know what Dragon's like, we won't see it again. Anyway, the full review is up for you. You can go off and see that one right now. Thursday, it was Matt's day, so Matt's done his vlog, so you can go off and see this one here where he's talking obviously about the wimmick build that he's working on at the moment, and his Lancaster as well for the front end for the 32nd one. Some great tips and bits and pieces in with all his videos as always, and again it's really nice to see him sort of progressing along with the videos and getting them out as well. So we got the PM vlog as well, and then again part 2 of the actual Hobby Boss 35th scale Land Rover wimmick, and it's the one with the Milan system onto it, as you can see down in here, and it is absolutely coming along really nicely, so it's a great little video to follow along with. So if you want to see that one, you can go off and you can grab that one now. That's both down in here for members to watch, and obviously the PM vlog, which really gets us up to today. So up today you've got part 7. And in part 7 it's all about the decaling, and I'm not going to be beating around the bush here. The decals aren't exactly brilliant. There's a couple of mislabeled ones, there's a couple of ones that are upside down, and they are incredibly flat, which means they're a little bit of a problem to bed in. They've got great detail with them though, and they go down really nice, but unfortunately you do get a ton of carrier film, so obviously I've removed a lot of the carrier film where I can and cutting them out, just so hopefully you don't get any silvering with them. And again, when we do get silvering, we use the old riveting wheel technique to lose that one. So again, really nice, but again it's turned out very nice, as you can see down in here. You don't get a centre pylon with the Echo kit, which is a right pain, so I had to raid one of my other F15 kits, and luckily I've got a couple of the F15E Revel kits, so pinching the pylon and it fits perfectly well with it as well. To get these decals to sort of blend in and go in a little bit better, we actually post shade them in and then buff them back, so that's what we're doing just down in there. But you can see they do stand out a little bit, and this is this very flat carrier film on those, so unable to get rid of that, we just post them in. Intake's looking good after the faff we had doing with all of those. Anyway, it's coming along really very nicely with it. And here she is. Obviously I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, so as you can see she is now being weathered, and again I'm trying to get this nice shiny and dull effect all in one with it, which I'm really happy about. And again it's coming together very nice. Again, canopy's not fixed down yet because we need a crew into this one, but you can see we've got the pylons and we've got all the sway braces in with these ones now. Here, this pylon in the middle fits absolutely great. Again, nothing's actually fixed in here. The engines are all still a loose fit and everything else like that at the moment, until we properly get it sorted out. All right, but again, it's looking very nice. It's a really nice kit. Actually, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. If it wasn't for me making a complete arse of myself doing it, it would go together so much easier. But again, read the instructions, but just keep an eye on the instructions, because a couple of them for the decaling are wrong. So yeah, anyway, watch the video and I do explain it and show it right the way through. What I'm hoping is that this one will actually be finished next week. Obviously we're doing it in flight, we've got the acrylic rod for it, and then obviously we're going to be bending this into that gorgeous oak plinth that we've got for it as well to finish it off. So I've just literally got the crew, the weapons, obviously you've got to put pitos and all the rest of it, a couple of lights to go on this one, and it's actually finished off, so it's not going to take too long. What I'll do next week then, obviously we're going to be cracking on with the Jaguar, that gorgeous little 1/72 kit as well. It's a homage back. I'm going to talk about it a lot obviously when we get around to doing it, but I built it 20 years ago as a video build, one of the very first video builds I ever did. So yeah, it's a bit cringy to watch, but anyway, never mind. So as we were saying, a couple of things in this week. First of all, cutting mats, right way around might help. To be honest, Amazon had on special for £9, so I thought that will do, so I bought 2. So I've got a backup now in case it gets incredibly wrong. But I know some people, I get messages from people saying about, oh, your cutting mat's disgusting. Well, I can't help it, I'll work on it. Anyway, I have to thank Mikey for this. Mikey sent us over a load of monogram stuff. So we have now got come in the Voodoo, which is going to be coming up really soon. Still sealed. So we've actually got, this is the all monogram kit for the Century series, the 48 scale monogram. Now I am going to build this, and like we said before, it's a bit of a homage to sort of classic builds. What I'm going to do is call this the vintage kit section. So I'm going to do a review on it. It's going to be called Vintage Kit Reviews, and we're going to be doing a lot of old kits. So we're going to be looking at this, but this particular kit I'm going to build. So I'm really looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. And obviously what we've got to try and do with this is replace all the raised detail. Yes, it'd be quite straightforward. I could just rescribe the entire thing. But actually, it'll be more interesting to see if you can put back all the raised details and keep it as it would have been back in the day. So that's the plan for that. Matt's doing one, which I've got here as well. So this is Matt's B25 Mitchell. We'll do a review of these and go right the way through. So he's going to build this one. I'm going to do the actual Voodoo for that one. We've also got some other classics down in here, like we've got the Merv. This is an absolutely beautiful P40. It's one of those really, really sad tales to a company because they were doing so well. You might recognise this. It was Reebok's, actually Edard did a version of it. It's got recessed panel lines. It's one of the best P40s in 48 scales out there. But unfortunately, they were hit by the big earthquake in Japan a few years ago. So the company closed down. So really such a shame. So they were doing really well. Speaking of P40s, I couldn't resist this one. If you don't know, this is the Pro Modeler version, which is obviously monogram, but it was under the Pro Modeler name. No tie-in to me, honest. But anyway, this particular one is probably renowned for being the most accurate P40 that there is out there. So I couldn't resist it. We had to get that one. Other things we have. This I didn't even know was a thing. So this here is the 148 scale Hughes 500 by Tamiya. And it is a Tamiya kit. I didn't even know they did it ever. Apparently it was only around for 1 year. And then that was it. But yeah, the original Hughes 500. So yeah, that's what I'm saying about two of those now. But this is obviously 48 scale. Again, I'll do a review of it and you can look at it. And there's a twist to that, which is absolutely fantastic. Another classic kit is the PBY. This is the Catalina. Again, the monogram kit, absolutely beautiful. So looking forward to that one. Matt in his infinite wisdom wanted this one. So there we go, another absolute classic. 48 scale B24D. Again, watch out for the reviews. Going to do reviews on all of these over the next few weeks. And also, the biggest one in here, hence the huge box that this came in, is this little lump. So there we go. This is the Super Fortress. My God, what a, yes. It's going to be lots of fun, that one. So we'll see how that one goes. But anyway, absolutely mega, mega kit. As I say, I haven't seen this kit for absolute eons. So there's that one there. We've also got a couple of others as well. Got a Helldiver over there, the Pro Modeler one, but to be honest, it's out of reach. I can't get to it now. I've boxed myself in. But again, what I'm going to do is we're going to call them vintage reviews, basically. And we're going to look at old kits, because I've got quite a few here as well, but these are absolutely golden. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do reviews of these over the next few weeks. And again, I know they're nothing modern and things, but I think it's really nice to look back at some of the older kits as well as some of the newer ones. So anyway, look out for that. That'll be starting. Obviously, we're going to do the builds of them. That'll be probably next month now, but certainly the reviews will be up well before then. So keep an eye out for those actually on the site to make our way through. We've also got... Hold on, I've got to move my things around. My little doofer's not working today. Don't forget the members exclusive area. I've got a new mouse mat. I was really hoping it would be in this morning, but it hasn't actually been delivered yet. But I've got the new mouse mats have come in as well. So they're in black instead of white, so it matches everything else. But say they are due in today. They just haven't turned up before the show. We've also got a new mug coming out as well, which is going to be a standard mug. It's not like one of our limited ones and all the rest of it. And don't forget, members, you get to scoop up the last of the available Sanders as well, because we're discontinuing those ranges. All right, so you can grab all of those. But again, this is going to be opened up to non-members as well. If you fancy getting yourself an apron, t-shirt, polo shirt and bits and pieces as well, next month they are going to be opened out. So members, if you want to get in there first, make sure you grab them right now before they become available to the general public as well. To leave us off, we've actually got still the 25% discount. So we've got our mega sale. is going on as well. So as you can see down in here, we had bits down in here, and obviously some of it is selling out now as well. So we've got loads of stuff going on in the 25% sale. Again, this will be going out soon, and as soon as it's gone, it will not be being replaced. Okay, so grab it whilst you absolutely can. We've got lots of vehicles, lots of armor, and all the other bits down in there as well. It is being added. We've got new bits being added to this all the time, so please just keep an eye out for this one over on the PM store. But it's 25% off absolutely everything down in there. We've also got the specials area, which gets updated all the time. So at the moment, like, we've got the new Korean F51D. So if you want to do a Tom Cruise one, I think his is an F51, you could do that as well. And lots of other ones down in here on these. So these are around about 15% odd off down in this section as well. So grab yourself some of these. And again, some of these are the damaged boxed items and stuff like that out the warehouse as well at a discounted price. So if you want to grab anything, we've got Buccaneers in there as well, and Hunters. Very nice indeed. So if you want to grab yourself any of those, they are in there right now. The new arrivals, there's a couple of bits down in here as well. So we've got the Shadow, which is the Army's 35th scale. So that's the RQ7 UAV, and the gorgeous box art. This box art is absolutely mega. Love that box art as well. Shooting it down. As I said, I've got this plane. It is in front of me, actually. It's in a little case right in front of me. So, but yes, the new boxing of this one as well. It's the F6, F3. Beautiful markings, beautiful kit, very, very nice right the way through. Highly recommend it. Those IBG kits, again, the newer versions of those are coming out, and all the other bits, as you can see down in here. Plus the fact, don't forget, we've got all the sundries and all the bits and pieces you could ever want, paints and glues as well. And obviously we've got the new Gen 3s coming into stock within the next couple of weeks as well. So you'll be able to pick up all of those as well as everything else that we do as well. And that's about it. Another really, really busy week. A good week this week. Say, pushed on nicely with the F15. That'll be finished off next week going through. And again, they'll be starting the Jaguar, which again will be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one because we're going to look back at the old video. Jesus, that's proper jumpers and hands job for it as well. And then seeing how I did things back there to how I do it now. So I'll be talking you through the differences of somebody who's been doing this for 20 years sort of professionally, how I've evolved and changed even in 20 years. I'm nothing like the modeler I was then to what I am now. So again, it'd be quite an interesting to do a side-by-side. Unfortunately, I haven't got the kit. The kit was donated away, but I'm sort of, it'd be really nice to do a side-by-side with the end reveal photos and things like that as well. So look out for that one. That'll be starting next week. As for non-members type of thing, if you're a non-member, don't forget we'll be with you on the actual Wednesday show with the PM models. So if you want to get involved with that one. And for members, don't forget there's no vlog show on Tuesday because you'll get the vlog show with me instead. But what you will get is the evening show on Thursday night. So that one will be back next week. So if you've got any questions for that, get them up into the questions area this week and we'll answer those as we make our way through. And that is it for this week. As I say, great week this week, really, really busy. Looking forward to getting on with these new kits, especially, to be honest, really looking forward to tackling an old kit. So it'd be really nice to go through that one as well because it is a very nice kit indeed. Anyway, that's it from me this week. I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until next week, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.
My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing, and you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. For the answer.